This is how to do the Mauer Toten boss fight, specifically in solo. This will still work for co-op players, but solo is harder than co-op, so that's why I'm making this specifically for solo players, but anybody can do it. If you guys watch this whole video and you guys are still having trouble completing this boss fight after watching this video, leave a comment down below and I will try to help you out even further. So I hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new, and with that being said, let's jump straight into this tutorial. Now, there are some things that you have to get before you start the last step of this Easter egg. Those are the following. You want to get Ether Shroud as your field upgrade. You want to get the brand new Gersh device, or whatever it's called in this game. You want to get some C4s. You want to get a Death Machine or a War Machine. I would personally say go with the Death Machine over the War Machine, but the choice is up to you. You want to get your Wonder Weapon. You want to get a good secondary weapon with turned, like a Gallo or a Street Sweeper. And if you want to, you can get a third weapon with Dead Wire on it, but that's not really necessary. Make sure you have all of your weapons maxed out. Tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, Legendary Rarity. You guys want to make sure you are good to go. And last but not least, you want to get all of your perks and you want to get a self-revive if you don't have one. So now that you're ready to do the last step of the Easter egg, go down to where Klaus is and there will be a computer in the middle of the room. Interact with that computer until you hear the guy that's in Firebase Z and Outbreak saying launching in 3, 2, 1. You guys know what I'm talking about. Once you activate the computer and you hear that dialogue, make your way to Pack-a-Punch. What I like to do is I like to split the Megaton and then take out the Mimics and everything else except for like 1 or maybe 2 zombies, and then I take out the Megaton splits. Once you take out the Megaton splits, you have 5 minutes to do this before it's game over. The Megaton splits will drop a crystal whenever you kill them. What you have to do is you have to take both of the crystals and take them to the workbench right beside the trial station. Once you craft the crystal, place it on one end of the Korber zipline. Once you place one, do the same thing with the second one, but take it to the other side of the zipline. Once you do that, they will crash and they will fall in the Berlin street. Go pick it up and place it in the warhead in the secret lab. Now that you've done that, go ahead and flip round. Do not do the second one yet though. Before you even start the second one, you want to make sure you're fully prepared for this boss fight. I know that they say you have to do it 3 times, but after the second one, Valentina will trap you and start the boss fight automatically. Before you do the second one, make sure you're fully set up. Like I said, buy all of your perks, get your guns maxed out, get all of your equipment, get a fresh death machine, get a self-revive if you need one, and make sure you're full on ammo. Once you're fully prepared and ready to go into this boss fight, go to the computer in the military tent on the East Berlin streets and activate that computer and go wherever they spawn. It'll be the same thing as last time, however they can move this time, so just be wary of that. Take the 2 crystals back to the workbench by the trial station, craft them, put them on the Korber zipline, crash them, pick them up off the East Berlin street and place them in the warhead in the secret lab. Now that you have done that, the boss fight will start. Now I'm going to be going over all of her attacks. At the start of the boss fight, she has 3 attacks. She will get a 4th one later on in the boss fight, but as of now, we're only going to cover these 3. I will go over the 4th one when we get there. So first off, when she spawns 3 giant orange turrets above her, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're just giant turrets and they will shoot you wherever you go. So just make sure you stay on the run for this, or get into cover and you will be just fine from this attack. Her second attack is whenever everything gets super red and she puts her hand in the air. This attack is her spawning in disciples. Now while she's doing this, you can either do damage to her at this time, or you can take out the disciples that she spawns. Her third and final attack for now is everything will become red again, however this time she will spawn a bunch of floating zombies around her. For this attack, she is summoning zombies to absorb and heal her. To counter this attack, just kill all the zombies that's floating around her. You have about 5 to 10 seconds to do so, and they're pretty weak. With my Wonder Weapon only being double packed, it was a one-shot to all of the zombies. So there are 5 phases in this boss fight. Phase 1 is in the secret lab. To beat these phases, you have to shoot her bubble that's around her, and shoot her when her bubble is down. Whenever you're shooting her when her bubble is down though, make sure you're shooting her and not the chair. I know this seems pretty obvious, but she has a pretty small hitbox, so just make sure you're shooting her and not the chair or something like that. Just make sure you stay on the move at all times and take your shots when you can. I should mention real quick that there are ammo crates in every single phase for this boss fight. So if you run out of ammo, just buy some from the ammo crate. Also, make sure you're picking up the elemental Wonder Weapon variants for the Cerberus. You want to do this so you have to buy less ammo less often for your Wonder Weapon. Once you take out, I'd say, about a quarter of her health, she will teleport to the second phase. Now is your chance to chase after her. But before you do that, make sure you're repairing your armor, buying all your perks back, buy a self-revive or a fresh death machine if you need to, and buy more equipment. You don't have all day though. You only have around 45 seconds until she teleports you to where she is to automatically start the next phase of the boss fight. Phase 2 is in the trial station area. Once again, focus on taking out her bubble and shoot her whenever her bubble is down. Also, make sure you watch out for disciples because they can become a real nuisance in this boss fight. Get her health to about halfway depleted, and once again, she will teleport to another area and you will have to follow her. But once again, before you do that, make sure you buy all your perks back if you went down or self-revive. Make sure you restock on your equipment and your ammo and your armor and everything else like that. Phase 3 is random, but I'm pretty sure that it's either going to be in the East Berlin streets or it's going to be in the apartments where Tombstone is. Now she has another attack that she will introduce into this boss fight. What this attack does is she will start charging up a bunch of electricity, kind of like the Legion from Outbreak's boss fight. However, this one works pretty much exactly like the Keeper's lightning attack from Dreisendracht's boss fight. To counter this, just make sure you get behind cover, or if you're in the apartments area of the boss fight, you can go below her and you will not get touched by this. If she does hit you with this attack, however, it will be an instant down. It doesn't matter if you have Jug with armor, it won't put you at 1 health or nothing, it'll be an insta down. You can still revive yourself, it's not game over, but you will go down. I also want to mention to you guys that in this phase, she will start to spawn in every single enemy that is in this map besides the Megaton. So phase 3 on gets a lot more difficult, but if you do the same thing like you did in phase 1 and phase 2, but take your time, you will have no trouble completing this phase. Once you get her health to about 30%, the phase will be complete and she will teleport to the 4th phase. Once again, you guys want to use this time to repair your armor, buy some new equipment, buy a fresh death machine and a self-revive, and buy some ammo for your weapons and get some perks if you went down. Also, from this point forward, whenever I went to go repair my armor in between phases, Panzers and Manglers were spawning in. So I just want to let you guys know that from this point forward, you got to pay attention to your surroundings. Now, phase 4 will be wherever phase 3 wasn't, out of the 2 areas that I mentioned in the last phase. So if phase 3 for you was in the East Berlin streets, then phase 4 will be in the apartments area where Tombstone is, and vice versa. There's nothing new about this one except she starts doing her attacks a lot more often. There's also going to be a lot of mini bosses that spawn in, so take your time. I cannot stress this enough. You are not on a timer, trust me. I spent 30 minutes in this boss fight because my weapons were severely underpowered, and I still ended up beating it, so just take your time. So like I've been saying for this whole video, just stay on the run at all times and check your surroundings to make sure that there's not a Panzer or Disciple sneaking up behind you, and when you have a chance to take out her bubble and shoot her, and once you get her to around 15% health, she will teleport to the 5th and final phase. At this point, you guys want to make sure you have everything that you will ever need because we are heading into the last phase. So make sure you guys buy all of your perks back if you went down, buy all of your equipment back if you used it. Just make sure you guys are ready for the 5th and final phase for this boss fight. So the 5th and final phase isn't that bad really. She doesn't have a lot of health. You only have to take out about 15% of her health. Phase 5 is in the secret lab just like it was in phase 1. However, unlike phase 1, anything and everything can happen in phase 5. She can do all of her attacks, she can spawn in every single enemy in this map so far, besides the Megaton and the Mimic. And she does her attacks really frequently, so you guys just want to make sure you're taking your time when you're doing this boss fight. What I like to do during this boss fight is I train basically in a figure 8 around the secret lab. So I would go down the left side of the secret lab or the right side, and I would make my way up the middle of the secret lab. And while I'm going up the middle of the secret lab, I'm shooting the orb and I'm shooting her when her bubble is down. Then I go down the other side of the secret lab and make my way back up the middle of the secret lab and just rinse and repeat. Like I said guys, you are not on a timer. Take your time during this boss fight. Just do what I told you to, take your time and go in the figure 8 style around the secret lab, and eventually you will take down all of her health completing this boss fight. You're not quite done yet though, there's one more thing that you have to do. There's going to be minor spoilers from here on out, so if you care about the story, go watch some of my other videos or click off the video now. Once you take out all of Valentina's health, you have to interact with Valentina to capture her, and it will play the first half of the ending cutscene. At the end of the cutscene, Klaus will pick up the warhead and take it into the orb in the back of the secret lab. Now you have to escort Klaus into the orb. So just use your wonder weapon to kill all of the zombies that spawn. It's not that difficult, I just wanted to let you guys know that once you take out Valentina, you are not quite done with this Easter egg. Once you escort him into the orb, Klaus will freak out and something happens that I'm not going to spoil in this video. Like I said guys, hopefully I was able to help you out in this video. If I wasn't and you're still having trouble completing this boss fight, leave a comment down below and I will try to help you out even further. So that's going to be it for this video guys. If you guys did enjoy, do me a huge favor and drop a like, subscribe if you are new. Huge shout out to BRAD Demand for becoming a sponsor. If you guys want to become a sponsor, click the link down below in the description or click the join button. Check out some of the videos on the end screen, and with that being said, this is Jolts, signing out. Peace!